disclaimer, my own opinion and others' own opinions. That's it. So we're not hating anyone. This is just my opinion and others' opinions. And I'm willing to listen to another opinion. I definitely don't have a problem with that. So is it the STRAIGHT community against the LGBTQT community? It shouldn't be. It should just be one community, excuse me. And it should just be one race, the human race. Um, we don't care what you do in your private room. We don't care what you do in your bedroom, is what I'm saying. Your sexual preference is none of our business. If that's your lifestyle, it's none of my business. I don't have to agree nor disagree with your lifestyle. Nobody has to agree or disagree with my lifestyle because I'm not trying to push my lifestyle, even though I'm lifestyles with Eric. I'm not trying to push it on you. That's the first thing I'll say. So, are the alphabet people taking over? That's the question. Are they taking over? And I mean, are they taking over the music industry? Are they taking over the the whole cancel culture? It's really getting on my nerves because what it really means is that you cannot have your own opinion anymore if you are a celebrity. I mean, I'm working on YouTube celebrityism, but I'm not saying anything that I'm going to have to apologize again. I'm not saying anything that I'm going to have to apologize about later if I do, when I do make it. So, like I said, nothing against anyone, whether you're straight or something else. Nothing against you. But when people have an opinion, you have to allow them their opinion, regardless if they're a celebrity or not, especially when they're not saying anything hateful about one particular group. That's why I said we're all the human race. Miss Me, what is going on? Thanks for coming into Lifestyles. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Your opinion counts as well. Definitely. So, what's going on? I mean, is it that now when you're a celebrity, you cannot have anything to say? You ready to log on, George? Okay. Okay, cool. Hey, Delana, good to see you. Haven't It's been a while. How are you doing? How's your son? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, yeah, it just seems like you cannot have an opinion anymore. Not at all. George is going to come in with us and we're going to do a little chit chat and we're not going to be on too long, but we're going to just kind of tap in on his opinion, your opinion, and see what we can come up with. What's going on, Shay? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in. So it looks like they were trying to cancel the rapper Dababy, and he evidently made a comment at the Rolling Loud concert festival. I'm sorry, in Florida. And I guess he said something to the effect, hey, Terry, welcome to Lifestyles. He said something to the effect of, hey, fellas, if you like me, women or whatever, but I guess it was more vulgar than that, hit your lighters, light your lighters. I should have had a lighter. Wow, that would have been, wait a minute, hold on. Got it. Got it. If you like women, hit your lighter, lighters up. I like women, lighters up, lighters up. This is what the baby did. And this is what they're trying to cancel him for because he told men, if you like women, thumbs, hit your lighters up. Lighters up. That's it. So I know people from the LGBT community. I know gay people, and they said that that did not offend them at all. But it seems to offend. Um, Hold on. Let's see if George is. George.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on, big guy? How you doing?
Can
Salute.
you?
Yeah, you just kind of are you sitting
All right,
still?
man. I'm just right.
Okay. So
Hey,
yeah,
I saw the lighters up. I saw the lighters up thing.
lighters up, man. I mean, that's what they're trying to cancel him for, and I just don't agree with that. So what Dababy had to do because he had so much pressure on him. He has to feed his family, and he's an up and coming rapper. He's just coming out. He hasn't established enough money and credibility to let the LGBT community or the alphabet community put the punishment, the pounding on him. He has to bow down and apologize, unfortunately, because he does not have that much power yet. So he's apologized. I don't know if the apology was acceptable for them, but he's definitely apologized because they've already canceled a few of his shows. And those shows could be 200. He's an A-lister rapper right now, so those shows could be $250,000 a pop. So if they're canceling his shows and he's an A-lister, he has to apologize. It's unfortunate that you just can't have an opinion if you're a celebrity. But like I was saying, when I turn into a YouTube celebrity, I have to make sure that I say stuff that I don't have to apologize about later. So I'm not demigrating. I'm not disrespecting. I'm only stating my own opinion, and that's it. Period. And hopefully, I won't have to get canceled later because I had an opinion. What you think, George? What's your take on that?
I don't think he should have apologized. If you can't hear me, I'm going through these backwoods. So
I can hear you. I
uh
can hear you.
yeah, okay,
I
okay.
can.
I don't think he should apologize. Me myself personally, like Kevin Hart when he went through that cancel culture debacle, he stood by his ground and stood by his words. I have no problem with him saying, "If you love women, put your lighters up." You supposed to love women. Women are the key to our future. They birth our child. They feed our kids. So if you putting your lighter up in the air to say salute to women, that you love women for all the things they do, then no, don't apologize.
Hey,
Forget that.
that that's I mean that's pretty much my take on it. Nobody's really speaking out on it because people are what you got to walk a fine line when you're a celebrity. Now you got one rapper that just does not give a flying f, and that's little rapper Little Boosie. Little Boosie is real. I like Little Boosie. He's done a couple things that I
Yeah,
was kind of questionable, but for the most part I like Little Boosie. And he's been defending Dababy on that, saying that hey, in the next 10 years, basically, Lil Boosie was saying in the next 10 years, you won't have any. It'll be a you'll get in trouble for being straight. And now these are Little Boosie's words, okay, not Lifestyles with Eric's words. Lil Boosie said this. He said in the next 10 years, heck, you won't be able to be straight. You'll get in trouble for little kids will get in trouble for being straight because he said they're pushing the gay agenda on little kids is basically what Lil Boosie said. Now, when you're 18 or up, or you're 17 or older, and you know about sexual things and things like that, and that's what you decide to, I guess, experiment on, that's your business. I get it. I get
right.
it is what it is. But no, I don't agree with somebody pushing those types of things on little kids. It's awful funny that it seems like now you can push they want to change sexual things with kids, but you can't administer basic things to kids. A spanking.
That's right. That's
But
true.
you hold on. You can't spank your child, but you can let them change their identity and say they're something else and be somebody else. All
Yeah.
sexual stuff is okay, but spanking them and disciplining them and teaching them right and wrong, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, it's sad the way things are going, man. I was talking to my buddy Tony. You remember Tony?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
we was I was talking to him, and this is not opinion of YouTube and not opinion of your show, but this is my opinion and talking to one of my buddies' personal opinion. It's to me, it's like now a lot of these lesbians they want to have the penis in the relationships, and a lot of these guys they want to have the vaginas in these relationships, and they're losing their self. There's no morality to a lot of things. You know, they want to force their sexuality or their viewpoints down your throat. But then when you say that's not what I like, that's not what I'm into, I like this over here, then they want to ostracize you and talk about, hey, we want to cancel.
Okay, let's flip it. Let's flip it. They'll say,
Yeah.
well, you try to put naked women on videos and hoes and bitches, and is that okay to have naked women on videos and show little kids that? No, it's not.
No.
And you
No.
can't even let a little kid watch a commercial now because it's humping and grinding and all kind of stuff now. Heterosexual, and I don't agree with that either.
You see that on TikTok and Twitter. These little bitty kids, no more than like 4 or 5 years old, out there twerking and everything.
Kids
and I'm like,
be twerking.
Come on, man.
I don't agree with that. Yeah. Little kids should not be twerking. That is sexual in nature, and little kids should not be twerking. I just don't agree with that at all.
I'm like this. A child should stay in a child's place until they're at least maybe, 17, 18 years old, and they can start coming into an age, maybe 16, 15. But when you're a preteen, like anywhere, let's say you from a little bitty kid up to you're maybe like, let's say 13. There's certain activities that you should be doing. You shouldn't be worried at 10 or 11 years old how you sexually identify to the world.
Absolutely
8 years old, you identify. Well, if they didn't get a chance to express themselves sexually at 8 years old. I'm like, at 8 years old, you should be running around riding your little bicycle and playing with your little friends outside. You shouldn't be worried about having sex.
Absolutely.
And how you identify. These people, a lot of these folks out here, their moral values is gone, man. They blame it, and then they go, and a lot of times you'll hear them, they'll blame it on their past. Well, my mother and father wasn't there for me. I was sexually abused when I was younger. Okay, then you want to take all that built up anger or pain and hurt, whatever's going on inside of you, and then you want to force that up on some young child. No. There's an adult world, there's a teen world, and there's the innocence of a child's world. And for you to come out, I get tired of people talking about, well, I'm non-sexually identified, or I'm transgender.
Non-binary. What does that mean? Non-binary. What does that mean?
It's sad. It's like, okay, if that's the way y'all feel, then why don't you go write a playbook down so everybody will know, then you can sell them in the stores and say, this is how you identify me. If I see you out here and you a man with a beard up under your face and talking about, I don't identify as a man, I'm non-sexual binding. Like, what? What are you talking about, dude? You're a man. You got a beard. You got a chest.
Well,
I'm just I'm fed up with it, man. I really am.
And George, that's okay. Again, that's your opinion. Remember, I told you some months ago, I had I wouldn't say misspoke because I know what I saw right in front of me, but they were offended by that. So I was at the Dollar Tree, and a young man was waiting on me that was, I guess, going through possibly a transition or either just playing that role every day. Okay. And when he gave me my change or something, he asked me if I wanted a paper receipt or something. And I said, yes, sir. And when I said that, now, mind you,
you thought it was a man.
Hold on. Mind you, he had a mustache, but he had boobs and a big butt.
Okay.
This is a man, okay? You're a man. You can have boobs, but you're a man. So that's what I saw, and that's what I said. But to him, I misspoke. So I got the
But
meanest look, and I was not trying to be disrespectful, and I seriously mean that, um, because that is a man. But I recognize what he was doing, but I still, you're still a man to me, and I just said yes, sir. It's the same as when I see lesbian women. I don't address them as a man or "What's up, bro?" You're still a woman. I have a
yeah,
lesbian friend, good friends with a lesbian. We're great
yeah,
friends. She doesn't get mad about all this other stuff. She doesn't blame anything on being gay. She just says she's gay. That's it. She likes women. Okay. She doesn't,
yeah.
and she doesn't, it's no big deal. She doesn't, all this other stuff that people are doing is like funny to her. That's funny to her. So
I mean, I have no problem with the lesbian community. I love lesbians. I mean, uh, I have no problem with the gay community. And I'm like what you just said. When you start throwing all these other factors in there that people can't identify you as, when they look at you and they see one thing, but you identify as another, that's too complex for anybody to understand. If they don't understand what you're going through and what you're doing, I mean, how the hell somebody supposed to know that you're in the middle of a transition if you got boobs and a butt like a woman and you still got a mustache on your face? It
Nicole,
it, it
what's
does
going on, baby? Thanks for coming in. Welcome to Lifestyles.
it
Absolutely.
makes no sense. I mean, I'm
Absolutely.
just, I'm just from the old school thing, man. I'm like, do what you do, long as it doesn't hurt, long as you're not bringing any
Well,
harm to anybody. Do
and,
your thing, but just
and
don't
you
get
do,
offended when somebody's trying to understand you.
and not one group has to force anything down anybody's throat, whether
Yeah,
it's straight, gay, anything. You don't, if it's just there, you don't have to force it. That's
force it.
it.
Yeah,
That's it. It's
yeah.
already there. You don't have to force it. It's there. Remember, I'm just saying we're human. We all belong to the same community, the human
Hmm.
race community. We're all human beings, not one community. Nobody should be disrespected or beat up or bullied or any of that, period. But we're all human. And that's what I rock with. So I love everybody. And that's just the bottom line. And nobody should be discriminated against. But again, we're all human. Period. We're all human.
Well,
If you separate people, then you got this powerful group over here, which I feel that this certain community, that certain group has way too much power, and they shouldn't be able to just cancel people when they want to. You know,
nah, they
people have to
shouldn't.
make
Yeah,
a
they
living,
shouldn't.
and not only that, they're not saying anything but their own opinion, and they're not being disrespectful to not any person. It just seems like it's weird. You can't say anything about those people, but if they say, but anybody else can say anything about black people, we can be disrespect. Let's go to race. Fuck it. Black people can be disrespected and stomped on and called nigger, but you bet not disrespect the alphabet community. You bet not. Period.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
look, this all the way to the back of your neck right here. They're gonna do this right here. They're gonna start from right here. They're gonna start from right here and do this right here. All right, what they call a Mexican necktie. That's what you're gonna
Yeah.
get. You better not disrespect that community. That's it. You can disrespect anybody but them. Period.
Well. Wait a minute now. Hold
No,
on. There's one more community. There's another community that you cannot say anything about.
the
Is the
Jews,
Jewish community.
the
The
Jewish
Jewish
community,
community. Yeah. You say one little thing
and
about
again,
them.
there's no disrespect anybody against anybody
Yeah.
that's Jewish. Period. Or if you practice that religion, there's no disrespect. But you can't say anything about, if you say anything about Jews, you'll be canceled. If you do anything, what's the word for it? What's the word for it, George?
What you mean? If you racially
The
profile?
word, no, the word for disrespecting Jewish people. What's the word?
Oh,
It's a
the K
certain thing.
word.
No, it's not calling them something. It's not sacrilegious, but it's another word they use. If you know what I'm trying to say, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my
I can't.
tongue. But if you do that, it's on the tip of my tongue. You just cannot do that. They don't play that. They don't play. But
Well,
anyway,
you know what? Here's the thing that I'm up jump not to jump topics, but here's the thing that I'm not in favor about the Jewish people, especially ones over in Israel. The way they treat the Palestinians, and then they have the right to come back and say that
chosen one.
they're being mistreated and abused. But if any nationality of people outside of black folks, it should be the Jewish people after what they went through in World War II, should understand how to have humanity and compassion towards their fellow mankind on this planet. And the way they treat the Palestinians is horrifying. Um, and then if you go off and the Palestinians say something or somebody else speaks out, it's always the one-sided dimension from the Israel's perspective that gets support. There's hardly any support for the Palestinians economically because those people are surrounded by Israeli military. The borders are jammed up. They go over there, they go into Palestine and kidnap their kids and take them back to Israel and
There
torture
you
them.
go.
Now this
Hey, that's the word I was looking for. Anti-Semitic. You cannot be
anti-Semitic, yeah,
anti-Semitic.
anti-Semitic.
If you do
That's it,
that,
anti-Semitic.
we gotta come back, George. We gotta come back. But yeah,
Yeah,
you can't be anti-Semitic.
anti-Semitic.
If you do that, you will be canceled too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. Those are the two groups that you cannot disrespect. And if you do that, you'll see what happens to you. Period. Period.
Well, here's the thing.
Nick Cannon, remember?
Michael
Nick Cannon
Jackson.
said, no, I'm saying Nick Cannon recently, remember? He said
Yeah, I remember
something
recently, but remember,
anti-Semitic, I guess. Hey, Holly, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles.
but you remember when Michael Jackson did that one song when he said, "Don't hate me, don't the K word, don't do that to me," and they made him go back, from what I'm
I
understanding,
don't
go
remember
back
that
and
one.
rewrite that line.
I don't remember that one. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they came after him about that one little word he said in that album. Um, but it's too much power, man. I mean, put it like this. Did you ever watch that Jane Elliott video I sent you?
I don't know. What
It was about the brown eyed, blue eyed documentary she did, and she did it with white folks.
Yeah, yes. I've seen that. Yeah. With the little
Yeah,
kids.
I love me some Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some Jane Elliott. She was saying that if she was on Oprah and she did it with the little kids, and she was saying that she was dividing the kids, by blue eyes and brown eyes, and she said that she would put out a negative stereotype about certain kids with one color eyes, and that the other kids with the other color eyes, or the grown-ups with other color eyes, they were more smarter, and the other people was thieves and they couldn't trust them. And it spread just like that, like wildfire. That's
Yeah,
the
a
problem
rumor.
I have. A rumor, yeah. That's the problem I have with the council culture and this LGBT, gay, lesbian community. It's like they're starting to get, like, you say one little word that offends them,
The
and
mafia.
they want to cancel you. Yeah,
The
it's
mafia.
it,
The mafia. Yeah. Okay.
it's 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 sad because when you have that kind of power, you can control the narrative of how somebody's thinking. And if they don't go along with your program, what happens? It could escalate into some, not just economic but physical situations where people get so riled up, like these Trump people out here. They live in this one lie by this man, and they get so riled up they ready to go to they went down there and they stormed the Capitol in D.C. with a false negative. I mean, you're not willing to listen to somebody else's side, but your side always has to be right. And when you have that situation, things can get out of hand very quick. And when somebody pushes back and say, "Hey, look, this is my opinion," but you can't cancel somebody's platform or their way of making money because you disagree with them. That's not right.
That's like starting trouble with somebody and then saying and then saying you need to stop it, but you the one that started it.
You the one that started it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not right. Now, maybe little baby, he might need to go back and get some cultural
Dababy.
understanding or cultural training
Yeah.
and cultural diversity training. But at that point right now in your life while you're young, man, own that shit. If that's how you feel, you love women, and you throwing your lighter up in the air to celebrate the beautiful women of all different colors on this planet, then own that stuff, man. Don't back down. Own it. I mean,
but on the ritualistic side, guess what he may have to go through now,
what's that?
because they're gonna they're gonna embarrass him. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Watch what I tell you. Remember, I said this. It's gonna
What you
listen.
know?
No, listen.
Mm, mm,
It's gonna be a picture of him with a. It's gonna be a picture with him with somebody
don't
that
say it.
is
Don't
questionable.
say it.
Watch what I tell you. Or it's gonna be. I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna do to him. Watch what I tell you. They're gonna get him like that. They're gonna take some video of him. They're gonna make him do this. They're gonna make him do this. He's pissing people off. Watch what
Oh my
I'm
God.
telling you. They're gonna hold that over his head and say, if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're gonna put this out here, buddy. I'm
Oh
telling you,
my God.
they have them doing a lot of ritualistic things, Rodney, and Georgia. They take pictures of them, they video them, and this is and that's their blackmail. I'm telling you. I'm
Oh
telling you.
my God. Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? If that happens, man, I'm gonna be like, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
I hope
Okay.
he sticks to his guns and be like, look, man, I love women. You can do what you want to do, but I love me some woman. And if
We'll
that's
see.
what he was, if that, let me say this, if that's what his intention was when he turned the lighter on and said, I love women. I don't know how he said it or with the dynamics of what he said it, but if that's what his intent was, I'm look, bro, stick to your guns. You love who you love. I don't have no problem with whatever y'all doing, but I love me a beautiful woman.
Lighters
Hey,
up, baby. Lighters up, baby.
look.
Lighters
Hey,
up.
look, I got to give him a
Lighters
thumbs
up.
up. I don't have a lighter. I give him a thumbs up, but I don't have no lighter.
Lighters
Where was
up.
that at? Was it
All
on? I'm
right.
about to go
All
check that
right.
out.
What'd you say?
Where was that at? It was on posted on YouTube or something.
Rolling Loud, the Rolling Loud. Hey Peggy, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. The
Okay,
Rolling Loud festival down in Florida. It's probably on
okay.
YouTube.
I'll check.
Yeah, it's probably on
Yeah, it
YouTube.
probably should be now. Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's messed
man.
up, man.
So, but yeah, like I said, Lil Boosie's he's been trying his hardest to defend him, man. But he better watch it too, because hell, he know how to get money, but hell, they'll be trying to cancel him out in a little bit too. Because remember, he was into it with Dwayne Wade, and about saying a couple little comments that he had said, but that's only because he has a lot of kids, and that's his opinion because he's a parent and he doesn't want his little boys. He's not going to let his little boys just come out of the blue and say, Daddy, I want to be a girl today. No, he's going
Yeah,
to say,
yeah,
you're going to be a little boy. And when you grow up, when you making your own decisions, if you want to be a little girl still, that's your business. But
that's your
while you
business,
living
right?
in my house and you're a little kid, you're going to be a little boy with a haircut,
Yeah,
okay? With a
yeah.
boosie fade. That's it.
But you know what? He may be okay because you got to realize in that industry, in the rap, in the music industry, especially with the hip hop industry, depends on what market you in. You can still make a good living in a small, like if you live in New York City, you don't really have to go outside of New York to make your music bump.
No, I know. Yeah.
Uh, Chicago, Miami, California, Texas, some other cities around the nation, you could be like, okay, I got a strong following right here in my city, and I can still make some good money. And on the backside of that is, remember I always said, just because it's negative at negative
No,
media,
negative is good for stars.
negative is good now.
He's
Yeah.
getting
So
ready to get all kind of stuff. Either it'll be negatives. Remember, Michael Jackson did it too. The negative stuff works. It doesn't matter when you're a star. It just works. Whatever,
yeah, because
just as long as they're saying your name,
that's it.
you're
That's it.
trending. They call it trending.
Trending. Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Because
We want
if you
lifestyles with Eric
people
to
are
trend. We want lifestyles
just
with Eric to trend. That's what we want to trend.
that's what we
Lifestyles
want.
with
Yeah.
Eric. Let's let that trend.
Just
So
like
let's share this
I
video.
was asking, said, what platform was it on? You told me, okay, it's on this platform, it might be on YouTube. That's piquing my interest to go check out the video and see what was said. So he's still staying relevant. It's like, what did he say? What? Okay, let me go see this. So
So
let me
that's
go check it
giving
out.
somebody's getting some revenue off of hitting that to keep looking at it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
it could work out good. And then plus, remember, at least news cycles, man. This whatever happens today, within 24 hours, 48 hours, something else will come along and just blow it out the water.
That's
You
not
know,
really news. It'll be Britney Spears is getting her money back, or she's
yeah,
gonna take her father off her money, and stuff that's really not news is a distraction to me. But that's just my
yeah, and
opinion.
he'll be okay. That's why I say if he can just weather the storm for about a week or so, and just man, it'll be something else that'll come along and keep on doing what he's doing, stay in his lane, and keep on doing what he's doing. He should be okay. You know, just
But
just try to be mindful of what he's saying.
now he's gonna have to be mindful and watch his mouth.
Yeah,
You
just be
got
mindful.
to.
But if you love
When you're a
women, man,
star,
you shit. If he loves women, there should be a big women movement behind him saying, "Hey, he loves women. We got a black man right here saying that they love women.
but
So
remember,
what's
but
the
they don't
problem?"
want right. But they're not. That's not what they're trying to promote now. They want rappers to be
Be yay.
they because they're tired. They were tired of these guys right here.
Well,
They,
yeah,
they were
yeah,
tired.
yeah.
Seriously, no, I'm serious. I mean that really serious. They were tired
I
of
mean, I get it.
NWA.
I get it.
They
I
were
mean,
no, they were tired of the hardcore hip hop, hardcore black men. They wanted to make us feminine as best as they could. So now
now you know
rappers are
what?
wearing. Hold on, rappers are wearing dresses now. Rappers are wearing fingernail polish. Uh, all kinds of things that we wouldn't consider a rapper wearing. What were you saying, George?
I'm not. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but remember, DMX had a new album he was going to bring out, and all of a sudden he passed away from a heart attack. Now,
They might have. They
if
might
I'm
have.
being a conspiracy, huh?
They might. I've heard that they might have killed him in the hospital, man. You never know.
That's what I was
He knew a
wondering.
lot. He knew a lot about the. He knew a lot about the industry. He knew a lot
Yeah,
about the. He spoke on it in codes. He didn't. He couldn't say too much, but he spoke in codes about the industry and how it was so
that's true.
demonic and devilish, and how your
Yeah,
soul. You got to give them damn near your soul to make it.
yeah,
But they try not to say you signed it in. But what he was trying to say, you signed it in blood. But he didn't say that. It's see the stuff that I'm talking about sometimes sound weird, but this is the shit that really goes on behind closed doors. Man, they
yeah.
are eating
Cause
feces. They eat feces and do all kind of rituals with demonic stuff. These stars
yeah,
do,
they do.
but for power. But we don't know that.
Yeah,
All we see is them smiling
yeah.
with a
That's like
tuxedo. So,
remember Cat Williams was talking about that, man, about those
yeah,
Hollywood parties where they be doing all kinds of sex parties and freak stuff,
yeah.
man. And it's
And you
like,
have to, yeah, you got to sign a
and you
disclosure,
got to go
and
along.
yeah, yeah,
Because he was saying I get, I'm not maybe not quoting him right, but he was more or less like his career was going along okay, but he didn't want to go along with that
that's
Hollywood underworld
that's the reason why
shit.
he's had so much problems. That's the reason why he's had
Yeah,
so much. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'm
man.
serious.
So I could
Yeah,
see, DMX, man. When I saw the last podcast he was on, he sounded good, but I could tell he was trying to fight them demons with the alcohol and the drug problems and trying to get over it. He's one that shouldn't have been around alcohol and drugs because you had those
he
demons,
yeah. His
but
mom,
he could
man,
still flow.
it started from a little kid, so he had a lot of issues that he never dealt with, unfortunately,
Yeah,
and he struggled with drugs because he said somebody slipped a Mickey on him when he was young.
yeah,
They gave him some weed with some crack in it, and he liked it. He didn't know that's what it was, and that's what started his drug career, basically.
yeah.
So
Drug started his problem. Yeah, man.
yeah,
So I
that's fucked
wish
up.
if they still gonna drop his new album, I'm still gonna get it because he did one cut on there, man. It sounded good. It sounded like the old DMX, man.
Yeah,
But
they're gonna drop it. Swiss Beats and all them, they
yeah,
still gonna drop that album. Yeah,
yeah, they
yeah,
do it, man. Because that at least in his memory, because he was still the last I could say relevant rapper on a global scale that we still love, man. There's a lot of good guys, a lot of guys out there that can still flow. The old school rap like DMX was like, man. But since Pac and Biggie passed away, man, that gangster rap, it just kind of fell by the wayside. Then we started seeing, like you say, all this flamboyant stuff. the guys don't even dress no more, man. I think I was just talking about that the other day, man. These hip hop artists, man, they don't dress like they used to back in the day. You know, Biggie was walking around with gaiters and nice suits and fedoras and
Well,
everything and stuff.
that's true. If now I understand it was just a different time period. That is
Yeah,
just different time period because back in those days we were still kind of modeling after the pimps a little bit, the
yeah,
modern day
true,
pimps.
true.
Now these young guys more model themselves after the drug dealers. So they look. You know what I'm saying? They want to look like big time drug dealers. Yeah, the
But
the
some of them,
rappers.
man,
So
some of them, I don't know what the hell they trying to look like. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them are like, what the hell you got on? And
yeah,
I
yeah.
told you, I saw that video with little Nas X. Boy, that one went off the deep end for me, man. I was done. I was like, yeah, that was
Now
too
you know
much.
he did. Now he did it to be a troll. I get it. He did it for us to talk about it. I get it. But little kids, grown folks understand. It's the little kids that's sneaking and watching that shit, man. That's not
Yeah,
cool at all. You know how many
no, it
millions
wasn't.
of kids? Do you know how many millions of kids might end up experimenting with a man now because of that? You know how many little kids
Or
is going to? I'm just saying
or they
that
think
what?
they can go to jail. That's how they supposed to get down in jail.
Exactly. It's a mental mind thing. They have so much power. That's the reason why when you're a star, you have to know how to utilize what you got. Your mouth is so powerful. Words are powerful. So we have to know that since our words are so powerful, we have to know how to utilize them in the best manner, as the best way as possible. Because if we don't, we can create a tsunami of bad things because of verbal things that we spoke into the atmosphere. So you just got to be more careful in what you say. So he's not being careful. He's being
No.
strategic because this is
Yeah.
what they're paying him to do. He said he's one of the biggest trolls, but that's not it. They're paying him to do this and it's working. He'll be dried up and he's just a puppet. He's just a puppet. And then they'll push him
Well,
off the show. He doesn't have that much talent. That rap is garbage. That's not hip hop. To
no,
me, he doesn't have that
he's
much
got
talent. Just a
he's
little
got
bit.
some nice beats. I just wish he would use some different lyrics to go with those nice beats.
Maybe he might, like I said, a little bit of talent, and then they'll take it and make it this big. When you sign your soul, they'll make it this big. When you got a little bit of talent, they'll make it like you the biggest thing in the world. Remember, he was a good kid. I want to hold down on the country and hold
I remember that.
down.
Yeah.
That's when he was a good kid. Then he said,
Yep.
okay, I'm gay. But when he said I'm gay, he still wasn't acting flamboyant. Then he started wearing the pink outfits to the awards and they started grooming
Yeah.
us, not him. They were grooming us. He was a
Us
good
to
kid.
deal with him.
He was a good kid at first. Then he came out, said he was gay. Then he started dressing weird. Then now it has progressed to him lap dancing with Satan. That's okay. That's smart.
Or taking your Grammy to the jail cell with you and polishing, and you having sexual scenes with the jail in the jail cell and dancing naked in the shower. I'm like, what the hell kind of what is this? I mean,
Yeah.
here let me say this right here, and maybe I don't know if everybody agree, but I know when we're younger, we do things that are out there flamboyant and everything. We got the world. We're grabbing the world by the balls and by the horn, just riding, going on for the ride. I'm hoping that as he gets older, he will change and take his fans and his followers on a different journey. As he gets older, as we all get older, we should all get wiser.
But
So I'm hoping
but
that's
I'm gonna
what
say
happens to
this.
him.
He could but that's a good thing, George. But what he's doing right now could be dangerous to our youth.
Oh, it is.
Think
It's
about
it's
it. No,
it's
I mean I'm
dangerous
not
to
I'm
the
saying I'm saying as far as I don't want to offend anybody. Just you don't want to it's just so many different things that could cause health wise, and with young men, the
Yeah.
HIV rate could go up, the AIDS rate could go up. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that gay men don't practice safe sex, but what if they don't, and it's because of this video? What if they feel like, hey, I'm just gonna do my thing because of this video? I mean,
Well, they do it now. I mean, look,
it's a touchy subject. It's very touchy, just like religion. You
let
try
me
to
t-
say put things that are, I try to say things that are, respectful. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. Again, this is just my opinion, your opinion, uh, and that's it. That's it.
well, let's put it like this. Okay, a person will say they have a moral belief or ethical belief. Like I go to work every day. Saturday I spend time with my kids, and then on Sunday I get up and go to church. That's the picture that we see on the cover of their book. But when we open that book up, and start to read about how they are. Yeah, they go to work on Monday morning from 9 to 5. But when they come home, they having a shot of wine or some gin or something like that, and they smoke a little bit of weed. Then on Saturday night, when they got the kids, okay, the kids go to bed, then you got your adult time, however you want to do, go to the club or you want to get your little freaky deaky on and everything. Then Sunday morning you get up and you go to church and you're asking God to forgive you for all your sins.
Theresa, what's
So
going on? Welcome to Lifestyles.
so we all have a multiple lifestyles. We're not one dimensional. We're all multidimensional creatures. One minute we might be revolutionary thinking, and the next minute we might be religious thinking. Um, one one moment we might be at peace with our job, and the next moment we're like, I hate this job. So as we get older, we'll start to see things from a different perspective. That's why I'm hoping that as when I look back, remember we was little, we listened to Richard Pryor, Red Fox on the albums and everything. You sneaking to hear your grandparents or whoever, your mom and them, listen to Richard Pryor. And they're like, you better get out of here, go over to the bedroom. You ain't supposed to listen to that. But as they got older, we saw Richard in a different light. Richard was, he still was dirty Richard Pryor, but he wasn't. He was more of a clean cut dude. He went through some things in life and learned a lot of lessons. Like he would say the word nigger a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And after he went to Africa and he saw the people around him and everything, and he said he had a voice talking to him. Said, "Man, look around. What do you see?" And he's like, talking
Well,
to
that's
her.
when he went to Egypt, yeah, and he saw
No,
in
yeah,
those
he said
stories
he he,
when
he said he didn't see no niggas. Yeah,
they look just like us. He said, "Damn,
look,
wait a
yeah,
minute, yeah, 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 yeah."
and that's what I'm hope. That's why I'm hoping that maybe little Nas X, maybe the next 20, 30 years, you know, he may not even be relevant anymore in about 5 years because these
But this is
artists come
about
and go so
money.
fast.
I mean, but this is
Yeah,
about money. I hope he doesn't. I hope that it's not so much as see. You got to understand these guys are trying to support their families. I get it. I get it. But
hmm
to under what circumstances do you stoop?
what are your moral
What
characteristics?
do you have? I'm sure you had them before you were a rapper. You had some moral character. And see, I don't even really consider him a rapper. Honestly, he's a pop singer or something. That's not hip hop to me. That is not rap.
No.
That's not rap. So he's pop, whatever. But he's
Let,
still a pop.
let me ask you this. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this. Okay, I know as we get older, what we used to like is irrelevant anymore. But we still like a lot of people still like to hear R&B music, a little jazz
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
But as technology changes and as social constructs change, I'm just wondering if society as we know it in the next 20 years is going to be anything that we recognize.
Mm.
We'll get older and the things that we do, we'll be, you remember
Well, things come
we
back. Things come
yeah.
back.
But I remember when I was little, I would hear older folks talking about, what are you doing? Don't be wearing your skirt like that. Go put on some, you girl, put a bra on, boy, pull your pants up, buckle your belt up. And nowadays things in society is more or less like guys walking down with no belt on and draw pants hanging halfway across their butt.
Well, that's prison culture. That came from
Well,
prison.
yeah,
It's
but
prison
then you
culture.
still have women walking around a lot of times. They don't even present themselves any. A lot of them, I ain't gonna
A
say a
lot
lot
of
of them, but
women have lost their self-esteems, George, and they have
that's
let
it.
themselves go. I've seen women that, you know, just I knew back in the days would not go outside like that, like I saw
Hmm.
back in the days. But now
Yeah,
it's that they don't give a rat's ass, and it's not that you should care what somebody thinks, but then you should, because image is everything, and people go on what they see, period.
yeah,
So when you run outside with pajama pants on and a thing on your head and looking crazy, they look at you funny. Yeah, you can do what you want to do, but why? I mean, I've seen men come out with coats, pajama pants on, and house shoes, and a wife beater. I mean, no, dude, no.
yeah.
It's
And
just,
then I mean, society. You know what? Society is changing so much. Remember when people went to work, especially if you worked in an office, you had to dress in an office attire.
yeah.
Now it's all business casual, a polo shirt with the company logo on there, some khaki pants, and you at work.
Which
A lot
that's
of
not
things.
dressing. Yeah, right. That's not. I don't know. But then,
I mean,
yeah,
but
that's
how many
that's
young dudes right now just want to get to go out and buy a suit? When we
yeah.
was coming up, we had a nice suit. We kept a nice suit.
I still got a couple. So yeah, suits. I
Yeah,
like to put on a suit. Yeah.
yeah. So that's why I'm saying, the next 20 years, I'm gonna say the things that we see and we're used to in society would no longer be a norm. But it may come back. Suits may come back one day. Wearing the nice Stacy's and the Gators and all that stuff. Hopefully it'll come back. But now, only time you see these kids dressed up if it's like maybe prom night
Right. And that's barely
or
dressed up because they'll have on a pair of Adidas with a suit on. So
yeah. And you go to a
it's just
funeral, nobody's wearing a suit to a funeral anymore. Everybody just
no.
coming as they are, jeans and
Or,
all that
or
stuff.
yeah, or rest
You
in
go,
peace T-shirt. So yeah.
yeah, you go to church nowadays. People, yeah, there's some people that wear suits in church, but not that many. You might see the deacon and the pastor and maybe a few of the parishioners at church wearing a suit and a dress. But times have changed. The wave of the future is just like, are we irrelevant or are we going to change to keep up with the changes that's coming in the future?
So somebody said, "I doubt if suits come back, sir." well, I like to put on a suit for certain occasions. And I haven't had really any occasions lately, but my daughter's debutante thing, I had to put on a black tux, which I felt great with that tux on. I wish that I could wear a tux or a suit every blue moon. I mean, maybe something for New Year's, something special like that. It's nice to put on for a man. It feels good to put on a suit every now and then. It
Yeah, it
makes you
does.
look
It does.
distinguished. It makes you for a man. It makes us feel a certain kind of way. If you put on a
Yeah.
nice suit that fits you right and everything's right, a nice tie, you just feel like you're important. It makes a man feel important, and actually, people look at men different when they do have on suits. Not a
Oh, they
Steve
do.
Harvey, not a Steve Harvey, because I don't like zoot suits with big old pinstripes and that looks like a Mississippi preacher. I'm sorry, that's not a suit to me. But yeah, but yeah, yeah, that's
Mississippi
not
preacher.
really a suit to me. But everybody has their opinion. I like more of a tailor-made European cut suit, not something that hangs down to my knees. That's not for me. So I'll leave that
You,
to Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, and I'll let them keep wearing those suits. And Mark Jackson, because he's wearing some weird checkerboard suits now. So I'll start. The NBA got him dressing real strange. But yeah,
well,
man.
you know how that goes, man. Remember they had LeBron James in that one suit, man, with the shorts and everything, and the super skinny tight jeans, and he had a what he had a he called it was a satchel, but I'm like, dude, that's a purse. What are you doing, man?
Back in the days, you called them merce, like from France, a male purse, merce. So
But
a
they wasn't
merce.
that big.
I know, but it's still a purse. It's like you
That's
said,
what I'm talking about.
it's still a handbag. It's still a purse. So yeah,
I
yeah,
much rather him just say it was a satchel he had when he's going horseback riding or something like that, and just took it with him.
right. That's crazy, man.
But,
Yeah,
but
man.
I mean, hopefully they come back, man. I mean, I like to see the brothers, and I don't care what nationality you are, man. You know, keep a nice suit in your closet. You never know, you might want to take a lady out somewhere nice and everything, and a real nice restaurant, just keep a nice suit on you at all times. Especially, I always keep you a black suit for a funeral.
Hey, Sarah, welcome to Lifestyles. Um, yeah, yeah, young lady. I see you keep changing that name on me. You got to come up with one good name and stick with it. You got to stick with it. And you know what? I think I'm gonna bring you on the panel one day, and we're gonna have a relationships talk again, and we're gonna do maybe two females and two males, and we'll see how that goes because we'll have some different opinions from the male and women perspective. So we're gonna get a couple of you ladies on the chat here eventually. We're gonna put you on the live with me and George, and we'll have a men and women talk, and we'll see how that goes. Because we love talking about relationships, everybody. You know that. So,
Oh God, that's a big
yeah,
subject, man. Because relation,
we'll
yeah.
get into that on a Friday evening or something like that. But once I change my YouTube set and we go to the lounge setting, that's when we'll start getting a couple female friends, and we'll have a couple gentlemen, and we'll all sit in a lounge setting. That's the new setting I wanted, the new set that I'm working on. So eventually we'll get to that point, and we'll do that on Fridays. It's hard. I agree, Lord. I'm working on the whole face on cam, Lord. I finally got the pickup for you, though. I'll work on it. Haha. Yes, because I want to see that pic. Absolutely. And yes, the lounge is coming. Lifestyles Lounge on Fridays is coming. Absolutely.
Hey, you got to get the a bottle of Ace of Spades up in there when you
We
do
gonna
it,
get
man.
we gonna get some. I got to get the bar filled up. We're definitely gonna have some
Yeah.
different wines, some different liqueurs, and we're gonna have a good time on Friday. So everybody, be on the lookout for that. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight to Lifestyles with Eric. Don't forget
Did
to
you?
hit that thumbs up. Which say?
No, I was going to ask you. Remember when you was talking to me about the COVID situation when I was talking to you earlier,
Uh-huh.
and I was telling you about how I felt about that. Ask your family about the fans and everything
Are you
about how
bringing
they
up
feel
another
about what
topic,
I
George?
said.
Are you bringing up another topic? Because that might be another hour, and I might not
Well,
want to
we ain't
spend
got. I was going
another
to keep it. I was going
hour.
to keep it. I was going to keep it online for. I was going to keep it
Okay.
open for.
Okay, let's do this. Let's ask the question. Everybody leave it in the comments. Boom. You ask the question, or you want me to ask the question? What?
Okay, my question was, how does everybody feel about the situation we was talking about in New York, where they said if you're not
How
showing
do
your
you feel about
vaccinations,
right? Hey, everybody. So, how do you feel in New York? They just Mayor Jabazalo, Jabazalo, whatever, how you ever pronounce his last
the
name. So he
Basio,
just Jabazio. So anyway, he just passed the order. If you're not vaccinated, you cannot go in any of their restaurants. And I want to know, hey, Miss Glasgow, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. I want to know how you feel about that. If wherever you live, if your state said, hey, if you're not vaccinated, you cannot come and dine in our restaurant. You can get carry out, but you can't dine in. That's it. That's that. How do you feel about that? I'm not vaccinated yet. I could have been vaccinated months ago. I chose not to be because I'm not in that group. I wanted people that really needed to get it. And as I said earlier to George, we're at where the president said as far as the country, but now that's changed. We're at 70%, but he wants 30, which is 100, and that's everybody. So they're trying to set up different, even though he's letting the states have their own say so, he's still setting it up where if this, because the states are saying, okay, well, we'll set up things for businesses and things like that. And if it blocks you at this wall and it blocks you here, you have no choice but to get the vaccination. So that's the strategy, along with rappers. Little Boosie did the other day, just told everybody to get vaccinated. A lot of people are feeling different ways about that because he's a rapper and he's mad about other stuff. So they were like, well, then why would you do that? Why would you say get vaccinated if you mad about whatever? But
well, let me
go ahead.
let me throw my opinion on it real quick. My opinion is I agree with the governor of New York because if I'm a business owner, I have a fiduciary responsibility or economically or moral and ethical responsibility to my employees and also my stakeholders. And my stakeholders are my customers and my merchants, that anybody who has a vested interest in my business. So I have a responsibility to protect them from anyone who doesn't want to do the right thing and get a shot to protect themselves, because I could say that I don't have a shot. I'm not getting a shot, but I could walk into the store and give it to somebody, and that somebody takes it to their family members, and they don't, and their family members might not have the shot also, because they may have mitigating circumstances like asthma or problems with their pancreas or whatever. So I'm saying, yeah, it's not that hard to show your ID and show your card and say, yeah, I have my shot. So I'm 90% protected from the virus, from getting it and making it such a strong, strenuous strain. So you have to protect your business and your people around you. But I have no problem if you sit up there and say, okay, well, you can eat outside at the table outside, but you cannot come inside the establishment.
Okay. Holly
And
said,
I feel
go
I
ahead.
feel the same way about the hospitals too. I'm like, if you tell me that you don't want to go to you didn't want to get the shot, then when you come to the hospital and you're seriously sick, the hospital should have an ethical and moral responsibility to stabilize you. But if you didn't want to get the shot and you against getting the
Yeah, but
vaccine,
they can't. Well,
we
they
can
can't be
stabilize you
cruel.
and send you on.
Yeah, but they can't be cruel. That's cruel. They can't be cruel. They still have to treat you. What they say is that this person says they wish they would have got the vaccination. That's what
That
they've
we
been saying. That's what they've been
Yeah,
saying.
we hear that all the
Yeah,
time. But
yeah.
what I'm saying is they can't be cruel and just let you die, but
No,
find a way to stabilize you, and then once you get stable, let you go ahead and go back home.
that's your
I
opinion.
mean,
That's
because
why we have
these
opinions. Yeah,
these hospitals and nurses and doctors are overwhelmed right now, but these people who don't want to
they
get a
are.
shot.
They are.
And I'm
Well,
sorry. And everybody to each his own. And all I gotta say is, if you don't want to get the shot, don't get it. But don't infringe upon somebody's rights that wants to be protected to the best that they can. It's like, would you sleep with somebody who had HIV and you knew they had HIV? No, you would either be like, no, I don't want to do that, or let me put on a condom.
I wouldn't
So
do that with a condom. I would if I knew.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying, why not get the shot and protect, try to protect somebody and protect yourself.
yeah. Okay.
That's
Well,
all I'm saying. Yeah.
that's your opinion. We appreciate it, George. We appreciate you coming on tonight, man. Um, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, everybody. Share the video out. Share it to Facebook. Share it to Twitter. Share it to Instagram. Share the video out as much as you can. We got to get up to that 250 mark on subscribers, guys, because I'm almost there on monetization. We're almost there as a Lifestyles family. That means that our platform is going to grow. So we're going to get there eventually. I'm about 730 something subscribers. That's a lot of people, but we need more. So we need you to share the video out. Tell your friends, your family that I'm a good guy. I like to listen to everybody's opinion. I have my own. I don't hate anybody. I love everybody. I just have my opinion, and I choose to voice it on YouTube. And I appreciate you coming in and listening. So welcome to Lifestyle. Hit that thumbs up, share the
Hey,
video, subscribe to the
I love
channel.
women.
Wait a minute.
Look, I love women.
We love women, guys. We love
I
women,
love
guys.
women.
Women, hold on. Lighters up, lighters up, lighters up.
I
If you
got to put my
love women,
thumb up. I
lighters up,
love women.
lighters up, lighters up, lighters up. All right, my friends, salute. All right, we'll see everybody later. We'll see you. Welcome to Lifestyles. Have a good one, everybody. Love you. All right, bye-bye.